Hey everybody, it's Teresa, your health defender, and today I want to talk to you about something that I think a lot of us are probably dealing with. I know just today I got emails and calls and texts from friends across the country whose states are being totally locked down where they are. They can't leave their house without being stopped by a policeman. Checking to make sure that they're either going to work like at a nursing home or hospital or an essential place, or they're going to the grocery store for dinner or whatever. So it's yeah, we're stuck in our houses for some time. Some places are already saying for at least a month. So I want to address something that is a little bit minor in the scheme of things, but anything that adds to my stress and your stress, it's if we can get rid of it, let's get rid of it, right? So we don't need anything to add to our stress right now. So we're inside our homes, and yesterday I am actually on the floor in my bedroom upstairs where I have some exercise equipment. And guess what I saw? I saw a daggum roach, not just walking across the room, but he was like racing across the room. And I don't like roaches. I know you don't like roaches. What's worse, I don't like spiders, much worse than roaches. And so I want to share with you today, and it's springtime. I'm going to tell you about something I do every spring. I have done it for over a decade. But in the past, I will acknowledge this, that many years ago, I would have one of the pest control companies come in once or twice a year and spray the house and outside the house and all of that with those chemicals. And sometimes I would do it myself. I'd buy the Raid or whatever and spray the corners and closets and all those dark, deep places in our house with chemicals. So I want to give you today an option. This is something that I have used successfully. In fact, I think it works way better than any of those chemicals because it lasts longer. A healthy way to get rid of your pest. And I actually threw together a little short PowerPoint for you. I want you to see this so you'll understand it and actually believe it because it works. I'm evidence of it. My house is evidence of it. So anytime I see a critter, an insect, I like for it to be upside down, dead, right? Especially those palmetto bugs are so big. So let me show you. I'm going to share my screen with you. Just a moment. Yeah. Okay. Here I am, your health defender. And that's an important, that's a very important task for me. So I want to talk about your health today in the way of your environment in your house. The healthy way to kill insects, right? I made those insects look really pretty, didn't I? I found a pretty picture of insects, but that spider, I would really freak out if I saw that spider. So I know some of you are the same way, and here's what I want. I want to give you a healthy way to get rid of all those insects. We want to skip the poisons. Please consider skipping them. Instead, I want to introduce to you a toxic, well, first of all, let's talk about those toxic insect killers. If you read the side effects and so forth, these can cause issues with our respiratory system. And for goodness sakes, right now, we don't want to jeopardize our respiratory system. Because if we get this incredibly crazy COVID-19 virus that seems to be just almost no symptoms with some people and death to others, it's who knows, right? We don't want to take a chance. We want to make sure our respiratory system is in good shape. So don't jeopardize it with these toxic sprays and chemicals to kill the bugs in your house. Shortness of breath, coughing, congestion, asthma attacks, wheezing, pneumonia, tinnitus, pulmonary edema, dizziness and headache, respiratory paralysis, and cardiac arrest, rare but possible, are just some of the things you'll read on the back if you ever take time to read the possible side effects of the products you might be using in your home. In addition, some of these are actually carcinogens, possible human carcinogen, more than likely they are. And some are suspected of disrupting our precious endocrine system. And I have a resource down here. Please go to ewg.org. I use this as a resource and I donate to them because I want them to keep up this great work that they do. When you go there, you'll see, you can look up any product, facial products, cleaning products, most any product you can think of, and you can get the scoop on it there. And there are great articles there. They come out every year with a Dirty Dozen and Clean 15 list of the foods that we can buy. And it helps you decide whether you need to buy them organic or not. They're great, ewg.org. So please use that as a resource. Now, here it is. It's Diatomaceous Earth. Ever heard of that? And I tell people, you've just got to learn how to say it because it looks so long and complicated. And when you say it, you kind of feel smart. Diatomaceous Earth. So what is it? And I always buy the food grade, as you see there. And that is actually the bag that I've got right here. It looks like baby powder. Believe it or not, it looks just like baby powder. It is the fossilized remains of marine organisms called diatoms, and they're a form of complex algae. Nature. It's nature. Its particle size is usually like from 10 to 200 micrometers. It's microscopic, the particles are. And these surfaces have shards and blades on them. You can't see them, you can't feel it. It feels like baby powder. But to an insect, look what happens. It can damage them, kill them in one of two ways, if not both. It sticks to them. It gets stuck, like when it gets kind of just like baby powder, kind of sticks to the surfaces of whatever it's on. It gets stuck between their exoskeleton joints. And I know this sounds terrible. The sharp shards and blades cut up the insect and it bleeds to death. Yeah, nasty, huh? But there's probably a better death than the poison you were going to give it. So that would be like you rolling naked in a treacherous bed of razor blades, literally. That's one way. The other way is the diatomaceous earth, DE for short, absorbs the moisture. Man, it does dry up. If you get it on your hands, it dries your hands out. So it dries up the moisture, and the insect can actually literally dry out and die because insects have to have moisture just like us. So that's how it works, and that's the name of it, diatomaceous earth. And again, it is just like baby powder. So used properly, it's safe for the environment. It is deadly, though, for insects, but not for our pets or you or me. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, that's the way I like to see bugs in my house, right? And that's normally how I see them. Every spring and usually once every fall, I will go through the house and apply the diatomaceous earth. And generally, it's very rare that I see something crawling. It's usually dead. It's either a spider in the corner dead, or it's an upside down in the middle of the floor, wherever, roach, right? Now, diatomaceous earth does take longer. It's not like spraying something and it's going to die in the next minute or two. So it doesn't keel right over, but it will keel over, I promise you. It has the advantage of lasting. See, you can put this all over your house, and I'll talk about that in a minute. And it kills insects long after those toxic pesticides have dissipated and they're gone. So that's a huge advantage. And again, just twice a year has worked for me for literally well over a decade. It might be 2 decades now, I'm telling my age. So what does diatomaceous earth kill? You name it. I mean, it's known to kill. In fact, I'm going to give you a resource. You can read more about it. These are just a few of the insects and so forth that we know that it kills. Ants, bed bugs, fleas, beetles, silverfish, caterpillars, but don't kill the caterpillar. Caterpillars are precious. Don't get it on you're not going to have a caterpillar in your house anyway. Earwigs, those are really creepy. Centipedes, crickets, and don't kill the crickets because they have, they're not hurting anything. And you're not going to have, again, those in your house, and slugs. So most of those you're not going to have in your house. But, and I didn't even put up there the spiders and stuff. So if it's a crawling insect in general, it will most likely kill it because it does kill all types of insects. But be careful not to get it anywhere near, because you can use this outside too, like around your house, the perimeter of your house. I do that too, especially in the spring. But please don't get it on the butterflies or the bees or the worms. And generally worms are okay because they're down in the earth. They're not going to be affected by it. There you go. Here's me doing a little application upstairs for you. Hey everybody, so I want to let you see how easy it is to apply the diatomaceous earth. And I have tried a lot of applicators. This by far has been the easiest one to work with and to not spew dust everywhere in the room. So you take it like this, and it's like an accordion, and you put it against these very crevices in the wall or against the wall, the baseboard, and then you just press. I don't know if you can see that. I shot out way too much that time, just trying to show you, but it is
Easy. You can apply this under every piece of furniture, which I do, and in closets. It really is easy to work with, and it's so nice because it is not toxic. So give it a shot.
So there you go. And so I want you to know that I have tried the first one I tried was a rose bush applicator, an applicator for putting chemicals or dust, the dust that you put on roses to protect them. That's what I used at first, but it put way too much in the air. So you don't want to get it in the air unnecessarily because you don't want to breathe it. So here's how I apply it. I shoot it all along the baseboards. And honestly, if you do it well, not like I just did in that demo for you, but if you do the right amount and you shoot it along the baseboard, I mean, unless your carpet is black or really dark, you're not going to really see it. And even if it is a little visible, I let it stay there. It's fine with me. We're just going to get vacuumed up when we vacuum the whole room a little bit, but that little bit that stays against the wall is perfect. I shoot it under the kitchen sink where the pipes go through the wall. And honestly, they're supposed to be caulked, and they are, but I think bugs get through there anyway. The tiniest little crevice, they can get through. And then other places might be under the refrigerator, again, under all of my furniture, and under the stove, and in the closets, wherever. Just put it wherever you can. Always read the instructions on your product to make sure you're using it properly. And then here's some cautions. If you find yourself breathing the powder, you're not doing it right, probably. And you need to wear a mask if you can't handle it properly. You don't want to breathe this stuff. It's going to irritate you. It's not, you're not going to keel over like a bug, but you definitely want to be cautious with that. You don't want to breathe that in at all. So, wear a mask if you're concerned about that at all. If your applicator is like mine is very directed, and I have no problem. I have no dust in the room, just in the corners where I put it. So, and then when you vacuum, it could clog up your vacuum if you've got a lot. Like one time I had fleas, and we put it all over the floors. And so when we vacuumed all that up later, a week later, then it did fill the vacuum up. And so you could use a shop vac if you have a concern about that. And on a solid floor, you're just going to mop up the residue. So it's really easy. And again, read the instructions on the product that you purchase. So let's all do our best to keep our homes free of toxic poisons. Goodness, we're stuck inside now more than ever. Our children are in our homes now more than ever. So we need to be using safe natural pesticides, and Diatomaceous Earth, to me, is the #1 go-to, and it really works. So if you want to learn more, here are a couple resources. There's a book you can order. And then this diatomaceousearth.com is full of great articles and information for you. I hope you have liked this. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'm going to take this off of screen share and show you my applicator. So here's my bag of Diatomaceous Earth, and it is food grade. And listen, people have been known to put it in their smoothies before. Yep, you have to read on that. And that's how gentle it can be. And this is my applicator. And again, you just press it down and it squirts a little bit out. And it's very directed, unlike some of those others that you pump. So please go for the inexpensive, thankfully, and the very best directed applicator that I have found so far. So if you find out anything else, let me know. You may have some great info to contribute to this conversation, and I look forward to that. Thank you so much for joining me today. And please be safe, stay inside, let's be well, and please go to my website to learn about how you can boost your immune system, how you can make sure that you're ready. I mean, so many people are getting this and they don't even know it. I actually believe some of my family members have had it and they didn't even know it. So anyway, we'll find out for sure later. But for now, please keep yourself healthy. Share this information with others. You're not going to get a lot of this information on mainstream because, well, quite frankly, that's not a big money maker for any agricultural company. And vitamin C and all those nutrients that we know build our immune system, they're not big money makers for pharma. So you're probably not going to see advertisements or any info about that on mainstream. So it's important that we care about each other and that we share with each other the important facts about building our immune system and being in a clean, safe environment. Thank y'all. Appreciate you so much.